The hedgehog is a small mammal with 16 currently known species distributed in 5 genera. Their natural habitat lies in Europe, Asia and Africa. These animals have become very popular as pets in recent years, leading to many thinking they are a great idea. But is it okay to have a hedgehog as a pet? In this new AnimalWised video, we look at the behaviour and care needs of the hedgehog so we can answer this question ourselves. Is it legal to have a pet hedgehog? Whether it's legal to keep a hedgehog as a pet depends on where you live. Even within nations, different states may have varied laws. For example, in the US, it's legal to keep hedgehogs as pets in most states, but not in California, Georgia, or Hawaii. Some states and cities may require a specific permit. Breed is also important. In Europe, 4-toed hedgehogs are mostly legal, but it's illegal to keep the European hedgehog anywhere in the European Union. You'll need to check where you live. Hedgehog behaviour. The hedgehog is not a domestic animal, unlike dogs and cats which have lived closely with human beings for generations. This means their possession within a domestic environment is generally incompatible with the needs and behaviours of the species, such as digging for insects. Having a hedgehog as a pet, especially if we're not aware of their particular ethology, can lead to behavioural problems caused by stress, which eventually develop into certain pathologies. Therefore, in addition to violating the 5 freedoms of animal welfare, we could be putting the welfare of the species at risk. The hedgehog is also a solitary and crepuscular animal. We should not expect them to be sociable, affectionate, or active during the day. On the contrary, they are an independent animal which spend most of the day sleeping. At dusk, we'll be able to observe how they leave their burrow in search of food and wanting to exercise. It's essential to keep their environment enriched with various structures and objects. These include tunnels, vegetation, and things to climb on to stay fit. Although they can get used to the presence of people, most are not going to be sociable pets. In fact, in many cases, these animals are quite frightened of humans. You need to be very clear about these points before adopting a hedgehog. The statistics of abandonment in these animals is especially high and can be prevented through responsible adoption and guardianship. Before continuing, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with everything we share. Basic hedgehog care. If still considering a hedgehog as a pet, you should know they require a minimum of 2 by 0.7 by 0.5 meters space. They need a nest to hide and an ambient temperature of between 25 and 27 degrees Celsius. Feeding hedgehogs should be done at a time of greatest activity, i.e. sunset and sunrise. We need to look for commercial food created specifically for the animal, and if we cannot find it locally, this means we likely need to order it from specialist retailers. We also need advice from an experienced exotic pet veterinarian. Insect-based food with low fat is generally offered, but they will also need fruit and vegetables in their diet. As for living with other animals, we have already pointed out that the hedgehog is a solitary animal. They are greatly affected by noise and intense movement. It's not advisable to adopt a hedgehog if we have other animals in the home, since it's very likely their stress levels will be triggered on a daily basis. Hedgehog diseases. Health is an important aspect which needs to be taken into account by anyone looking to have a hedgehog as a pet. In addition to knowing the most common diseases in the animal, we also need to take them to a specialist veterinarian every 6 to 12 months to provide a checkup and administer any necessary preventive medicine. The most common health problems in hedgehogs are dry skin, parasites, diarrhea, obesity, colds, tangled leg hair. Where can I adopt a hedgehog? If even after knowing they are not a pet and being aware of their particular needs, you want to move forward with the adoption of a hedgehog, we advise you to contact an exotic animal shelter and look for hedgehogs in need of adoption. Many people adopt hedgehogs without knowing what their behaviour is, and after finding this out, abandon them. Exotic animal shelters are the best place to look for them, but they may not always be available, or there may be a long waiting list. What do you think about hedgehogs as pets? Do you think this situation benefits them? Let us know in the comments, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.